Well, welcome to AK Droner, my YouTube channel. I've been gone for a little while, as you know, but been super busy, but I'm back to getting some videos out. I've actually been flying quite a bit. Getting my MJX Bugs 3 out with my Walkera 2D gimbal, along with my carbon fiber gimbal mount that's been fairly popular out there on how I got it kind of weight reduced and got some decent filming going on with my Bugs 3, but I wanted to move on to a GPS drone, and so I started taking my Bugs 3 apart and turning it back to kind of stock and putting back on my tri-props, because I just really enjoy the way it handles and maneuvers, and it just is a really aggressive little quad stripped down with those tri-props on there. So I went back to those and having a lot of fun with my Bugs 3, but I went and bought a Bugs 2 recently and been flying it. As you can see on some of the video here, I've been practicing with the GPS mode. I've been getting some decent film. They claim that the Bugs 2 has a 1080p camera that's a nose cam with no gimbal, obviously, but it's definitely not 1080p, but it does do some decent sights, as you can see here, and kind of let the video speak for itself. But got some kind of neat winter scenic shots here. About 10 degrees out. The Bugs 2 perform flawlessly. Great distance on it. Can hold and maintain the height. Can do some decent panoramics once you get it up there in GPS mode, and slowly scan it around, as you can see. Though it does have some faults, as you'll notice in the video. You get into the sun, it doesn't handle that well, and it also cuts out occasionally here and there with kind of like where it loses signal to itself and then starts recording again. Kind of an oddity, but other than that, I've been very happy with the quad for the money. But after a little while, I started to kind of wonder what I could do in regards to putting extended landing gear. So I went online and searched for some different kits, and I think it's Cymark has one out, and so I purchased it and installed it in its entirety, along with my kind of makeshift gimbal setup off of my old Bugs 3, and put it on. And I think it approximately going to weigh, as it says here, 9 ounces, a little over 9 ounces, and that's a lot of weight for the Bugs 2 to handle. Threw it all on there, tried to fly it. I'll be honest, I didn't even film it. It performed so poorly. In GPS mode, it wouldn't even pull the Bugs 2 off the ground unless I overrode kind of some of the commands and just did it myself. And then obviously battery life and movability and being able to film anything was pretty much a moot point at that point. I obviously am aware that this was made for a static action cam mount that's a much lighter, and I weighed that, and after getting this on the Bugs 2 and flying it and stripping it back down and understanding that it just was going to be too heavy with my Walkera 2D gimbal, I kind of had the goal to get from 9.2 ounces down to around 4.5 ounces. I didn't get there by my goal, but I did get down to around 6 ounces. So I did lose some weight, and here's where I kind of demonstrate how I did that. I took the mount that I bought, I cut the leg mounting areas off. That was additional weight that I don't need. I can make better, or at least other alternative landing gear. That'll be in another video, but as you can see, I cut that down, lightened it up. It still holds onto the quad with 4 extended screws, which is more than enough to hold the Walkera, so that it actually worked great for this. Then I went and designed my own custom carbon fiber mount that I'll connect to the Walkera, and it fits perfectly onto the Cymark kit that I bought that I'm now modding. As you can see with the gimbal, I'm losing weight with it as well. Put the controller onto the actual frame of the gimbal, just doing everything I can to get it lightened from what it is right here in that picture. So I went from that to this, and have to launch off some cans for now until I come up with a better leg system, and I'll show pictures of that here shortly, but kind of show you some pictures of how I got it set up, how everything fits fits snug like a bug, no pun intended. The battery, obviously I had to take the covers off the Bugs 2 battery so I could still plug in my gimbal to the balance plug. Here you can kind of see how it hangs down with the power ready to plug in to the battery. I thought I'd have a little less interference. Here I'm showing the back of the battery where I can plug into the stock battery now. But I thought I'd have a little bit more interference, but when you see it fly, you'll see that for some reason, even under a hard forward movement, I still get the props in the picture, which kind of bummed me out. But overall, that's just one of the things that happens. For the money, it's still a good little quad. And here I'm kind of demonstrating how it works and that it will work. So I was pretty happy with how it turned out. No real major complaints other than, like I said, I kind of expected the camera to get less of the props in, but it didn't. Here I'm showing some of the legs that I found on Amazon that are almost like the Bugs 3 extended legs, and I think those are going to work, but that'll be another video when I get them in, and I'll see what I can come up with them. But here I go on my first flight. This is obviously the Bugs nose cam. I am filming this with the Wii at the same time, and I'll show you those videos kind of back to back here, step by step, so you can kind of compare the difference in the quality and be your own judge in regards to the 1080p claim, but more importantly, the stability of the Wii on a gimbal versus the nose cam that comes with it. And now you know why I'm trying to find a solution to the weight problem. And like I said, I'm down from 9.2 ounces down to 6, but my goal's 4.5, so I got some work to do, and I hope you enjoy this video.